and Gumbo are trying to figure this out still. You know, I punched all this information into SolidWorks and I ran a computer simulation, and this is what I came up with. And by that I mean I would tack this on, lift it up until it hit. That didn't work. Cut some more out, tack it back on, lift it. Well, that didn't work. Kept doing that until I got this. So you can see I was way off on the first iteration. But now I got this all 3D scanned and this marked out, so I'm going to use the CNC machine, cut this out. Should work, because this one did work. When I had it welded here, it was able to go, well, it wasn't able to go all the way to 90 because it was hitting my ceiling, but there was plenty of room, so should work now. I'll get this one cut, you know, grind it all smooth, and then trace another one out, cut it again for both sides, and I can finally move on from this and work on some other stuff, because this has been the bane of my existence. It's been kicking my ass. So I haven't completely given up on making videos about my truck project here. Just really haven't had any time to work on it. Crazy thing about like mortgages and bills, it's like every month they like ask you for money. It's like, bro, leave me alone. So I've had to go out of town for work to make some money to pay those bills, and haven't had time to work on this thing. So if I could accomplish one little thing on the weekend, I'm a happy guy. And this weekend I'm working on, I finally finished my lever arms for the lift system. I got the shape finalized. Don't have any clearance issues. It's gonna work great. And there's a couple little things I need to do before I can weld that top plate on and move on to the headache rack. And one of those things is the filler neck for the gas tank. Just gonna go simple with it. Originally, I thought it'd be cool to put it over there on the side, but you know, with the toolboxes and all that, try to snake it down into there, kind of be a pain in the ass. So I'm just gonna mount it right there in the center, make a simple little filler hose that goes to the top of the gas tank. Should work out great. Alright, so it's raining outside, so I figured I'd work on this rig. I'm working on getting the gas tank filler neck made, and I'm facing a little bit of a dilemma. So the top to this was originally just a plastic piece and it had like a locking cap, but I need a way to connect this boat style filler neck to the top of the gas tank. So I'm going to cut out a little piece of metal, drill some holes that'll go in the original bolt holes. But here's the thing that it goes on the inside of the tank, and that's what the bolts thread into. So I dug in the old cabinet and found some fuel resistant gasket maker. I'm gonna, you know, bolt it back in and hopefully it sticks there. So when I cut this out and bolt it to the top, because there's not going to be a way to hold it up while you're trying to bolt this in. But yeah, and then I'm gonna I had some leftover 1.5" Schedule 40 pipe. I got a little rubber connector. See if I can connect the dots. Got my gas tank bolted back in. I got this metal piece cut out and bolted in. Sort of looks like a floor drain, but you get the idea. Now all I got to do is connect the dots from the filler neck to the top of the gas tank. Just going to use a piece of pipe, cut it out on the old swag table. Should be pretty easy. It's the weekend, so I'm going to try to accomplish at least something on this truck project. I really haven't been working on it, and I really should be, because this thing is rad. But I've been putting my eggs in too many different baskets, so I'm going to try to make some time for this thing. If you can't tell by my complexion, I work outside. I work for a paving company and it's paving season, so time is very limited. It's really hot out and I'm sick of that big yellow thing in the sky, so I'm gonna hang out here in my little garage where it has AC and it's nice and cool. And I'm gonna try to accomplish at least something on this thing. I set a very small goal for today because I work today, it's Saturday. I want to add some gussets from this bracket to here. This is where the hydraulic ram mounts up. There's going to be a lot of force on this bracket, pulling it. And this is just sheet metal. This is like 1/8 inch angle iron, but there's going to be a lot of force on that. So I'm going to gusset that up. I just have this piece of 1/4 inch plate tacked in. I want to try to add some more strength to this square tubing on the back, and I want to try and see if I can cap off the inside of that. Not sure how I'm going to do that because I live in the Rust Belt of Pennsylvania and corrosion is a very bad thing around here. I've just throughout the weeks, after work, kind of tinkering, I made this cool little dimple die piece here, and the idea with that is it's going to be for my headache rack. I'm going to be putting the embossed letters out of this tailgate and be cutting it, and that's going to go right there. Try to make that look right. Yeah, really haven't done anything. The last thing I did was I finished my filler neck thing, made a tank vent and got that looking pretty slick. So yeah. So trying to make some progress on this thing. I did finally get hydraulic lines made for this thing. Now if anybody knows anything about getting hydraulic lines made, not cheap. Take a guess in the comments. There's 4 8-foot 1/4 inch lines. Yeah, so finger blast your guess on how much that cost in the comments. Not a whole lot of things left to do before I can put the plate on. I don't know what I want to call this. My main arch done. I don't know, but that is the part that actually lifts. Once I finish up these couple little things, I'll put that back on and I'll start on my headache rack. So yeah. Oh yeah, I get distracted really easy, so I rescued this guy today. I came home after work, let my dogs out, and they were messing with him. He was kind of moving a little slow, not sure how he's doing. But yeah, I think he's okay. I just now heard him rifling through the seed there, so hopefully he eats. I want to try to keep an eye on him. We'll see how he ends up. So yeah, I'm always getting distracted. ADHD brain. And I got other things going on. Got the old hippie van up and running. Took that thing out for a ride. I definitely should drive that more. That's pretty cool. I have intentions on engine swapping that thing. I might have to have my little brother help me with that one because he's sort of the German car guy. Yeah, so get on my little brother in the comments, Brett Horn. Maybe he can hook me up with, I think I'm going to do a Subaru engine. But, he's big into 07Ks, so I was thinking maybe we could try to put an 07K in that thing. That'd be cool. But yeah, anyways, I'm going to try to get some stuff done on this weekend. So let's get after it. In my last little clip I recorded, I had told myself I was going to set a small goal, and I accomplished it. So I think I'm going to keep doing that. Just little goals that I can do, after work every night. And I said I was going to make these gussets, which I did, all welded in. And I was going to close off the inside of that pipe, which I did. And tonight's goal is to make some little covers that'll go on the bottom of this bracket, and it needs to be removable because there's a little grease fitting on that, and I'd like to be able to grease that. Cover that way the tire isn't flinging stuff into the toolbox. And I wanted to just start thinking of a layout for these hydraulic hoses, but I'm running into a bit of an issue. As you can see, it's hitting that sheet metal right there. So I'm hoping I can get maybe a different hose end put on that, because I had to use an adapter to get it to fit this. That's my bad. I told the hydraulic hose guy the wrong size, so hopefully they can just cut it and crimp a different end on and it should work, because that's a little too close for comfort, and I don't want to cut this down anymore, otherwise it would be exposed to the tire. I finished all my little small goals that I've been setting for myself. Last one, I made these little removable covers for this bracket that holds the hydraulic ram. That way I can get to it and grease it. And today's small goal is going to be running the hydraulic lines to the pump. And I have a loose idea. I cut some little slivers off of a big piece of pipe, and I'm going to be mounting them right on the inside of these frame rails so I can run the hydraulic lines. The pump is right up here, so I'm going to be routing them on the inside of the frame rails down to the pump. And after I'm done with that, might be a big goal, but I'm going to try to get the plate put on, because pretty much done with everything I need to be done with on the underside of the bed. We'll see how far I make it. Accomplishing some things out here. Got my hydraulic lines ran up to the pump. I'm not really sure which side of the pump I'm going to run each hose to, because I bought that pump from the Jungle website and it didn't even come with instructions, so I got to figure that out. But at least I have an idea of how it's going to work. Now I just need to duplicate it on the other side, and then put the plate on the bed, weld my hinge brackets back on, and then put my arch on the bed, and I can finally test it, because I've been kind of nervous. Maybe that's why I haven't really been working on it, because I don't know if this is even going to work. Nice way to end the day. Made a lot of progress on my 55. I feel like this is a huge milestone for me. I got this plate put on. It's just sitting on here, but damn, it's looking good. You probably can't tell on camera, but this thing is straight. Kept having to tell myself not to put that on because it's going to make doing all the stuff underneath it easier, but I'm finally done with all that. Got my hydraulic pump, all my lines mounted, everything's welded underneath. It's starting to look pretty cool. You know, the whole idea with this thing was to have a big workbench. Now we got a big Block Chevy powered workbench. This thing's starting to come along. I'm gonna hold off putting that one on there because I have a winch that's going right there, and I need to figure out how to mount that and where to cut the hole for the fair lead. But yeah. Looks kind of weird without the outside dual on, but it's just a lot easier to work on it with that off. Just got the jump pack hook up to it. Here goes nothing. Now, if it works at all, I'm going to be super excited. It might take a minute because the lines aren't full. We'll see what happens. Woo-hoo. Okay. Now if it moves, it's going to require the most amount of force from this position to lift. So if it lifts it at all from here, I know it's going to work. Let's see if it's leaking anywhere. I'm probably going to have to add more fluid. Alright, let's see if this works. Just added some more fluid. Oh, holy shit. Whoa. It works. Might be a little too fast, but Oh my God. I can't believe it works. I didn't know if it was gonna work at all. It definitely seems like it's got plenty of power. I was nervous it wouldn't even be able to get it started, but it just did that like it was nothing. Obviously I can't run it up all the way because of those bolts, but like yes. Oh, what a victory. This is awesome. Oh, the jump box. Heck yeah. I can't believe that just worked. Oh, that makes me so excited. Oh, I've spent so much time mostly just thinking if this is gonna work at all, but it works great. Oh, this is awesome. I'm so happy about this. What a huge milestone. I've been so nervous. I didn't know this was gonna work at all. I didn't know what I was gonna do if it didn't work. I would have had to just like scrap this whole idea. I've put so much time and effort into making this work, and it worked. Yes. Oh man, this thing is so cool. I really think this is gonna be one of the coolest 55 Chevy trucks out there. I mean, what more could you ask for? Big block, standard transmission, 1-ton dually, and like the sickest flatbed. I am very happy about this. Oh, how cool is that? All right, I wanted to end my video with me getting that big victory of making my arch lift system work, but I think it was kind of lame because it only went up like a foot, and I just had these bolts as the pins, and I need to make some pins that are flush so it'll clear these holes and it can lift all the way up. And my idea is I'm going to take this weird avocado shape and this bolt, and I will cut it flush, and I'll weld this weird shape to the bolt. I'll bend it so it matches this. I'll drill it and stick a bolt through there, so all it will be doing is just holding that pin there, and it'll be flush on both sides, and it'll be able to lift all the way up. So let's see how that works. All right, so I got my flush mount pins all finished up. Let me show you what I came up with. So like I was trying to explain, I had that weird shape. I bent it over and I drilled that bolt, and that's what holds the pin in place. I think it looks all right, and it's flush. And I got the pump all rigged up with the lawnmower battery, and it goes up all the way now. So let me show you this. It's pretty fantastic. This gets me way too excited. Now, it's a bit aggressive. I need to figure out a way to slow the pump down, or maybe reduce the pressure. But like I said, it makes me super happy. And now once I get the headache rack done, you know, and my winch figured out, and I have a pulley, I can pick stuff up and then lower it onto the bed. So yeah, this is pretty awesome. Thanks for watching.